Grandma never let anyone enter her shed, but after her death, what they found was shocking. Grandma Mabel was kind and quiet, but she had one strict rule: no one was allowed near the shed. The shed was always locked. If someone asked about it, she would smile and say, "Just old tools," but her voice was serious, and no one ever went close. When she passed away at age 90, the family came to clean her house. The shed still stood in the corner with the same old lock. Her granddaughter Lily had always wondered what was inside. That weekend, she asked her mom and Aunt Karen if they could open it. She never wanted us in there, her aunt said. We should leave it. But Lily wanted to know. That night, she called her best friend Ava. Ava was good with locks. The next evening, they came back with tools. The lock opened. The shed door creaked. What they saw inside left them frozen. The shed was clean. No spider webs, no dust. Everything looked neat and cared for. Boxes were lined up along the walls. In the middle of the shed was a small table. On it was a letter with Lily's name written on the front. She picked it up and opened it slowly. Inside was a letter written by hand. It was from Grandma. It said, "If you're reading this, then I am no longer here. What's in this shed is everything I saved over my whole life. But it's not for me, and it's not for the family either. It's for the children who never had a family of their own." Lily looked around the shed again. She opened one of the boxes. Inside were stacks of old money, gold coins, silver jewelry, and even old bonds. All of it looked valuable. It was worth a lot. Ava walked to the back of the shed. She found a metal box with a lock. They opened it using the same tools. Inside were papers already filled out. The forms were addressed to a local orphanage. There was even a letter from Grandma asking the charity to accept the donation after her death. Lily's eyes filled with tears. "She never told anyone," she said softly. The next morning, Lily brought the letter and the papers to her mom and Aunt Karen. They sat at the kitchen table as she explained what they had found. At first, her mom and aunt were shocked. They looked at the boxes in silence. Then they cried. Grandma had never lived in a fancy way. She wore the same clothes every winter. She used coupons and never bought anything new. But all that time, she was saving. She saved not for herself, but for kids she didn't even know. Later, they spoke with a lawyer. With his help, they gave the money to the orphanage, just like Grandma had wanted. A few months later, the orphanage used the money to build a new library and new rooms for the children. A small sign near the front door read, "In memory of Mabel Thompson." Lily still visits the shed sometimes. It's empty now. But to her, it doesn't feel empty at all. It feels full. Full of Grandma's heart, her kindness, and the quiet love she gave without anyone knowing.